Hello,
Hey,
hello.
what's going on? How
Thank,
are you?
hey, man, thank you very much, man. You came very clutch.
No, not a problem. You got me at the right time. I was just about to leave to go watch the Laker game. So
All right, I'll make it quick right now. Then I'll make it quick.
you're good. You're good. What's up?
Gotcha, man. So I just want to start. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it's recording. All righty. Hello, I'm Bardo Rodriguez, and this is Greg Bergman. Please introduce yourself. Well, again, and state like what do you do for work and etc.
My name is Greg Bergman. I am the assistant program director and producer of Mason and Ireland on ESPN 710.
Gotcha, man. Hey, thank you very much again for coming in. It means a lot.
Not a problem. Happy to be here.
Thank you, man. All right. So first off, man, like how did you get into this? How did you start off? Like, was this your whole plan the whole time, or is just something that happened?
So no, when I was in high school, people would always tell me like, you got a great voice, you'd really be good on the radio, all those kind of things, which is also kind of mean saying that, I'd have a face for radio.
Yeah.
But but no, I went to college in Colorado and I came home because I wanted to get more into broadcasting. So I went to Santa Monica City College. And at the time they had an internship class. And one of the it was a broadcasting class actually. And there was a guy that I met in there by the name of Vito Violante. And he told me, he's like, hey, I just got an internship at Fox Sports Radio. And I know you want to get into radio also. So, just call up call up Annie Zadarovich and see if they have some spots open for you. And you can get an internship through the college. So I did. And this was in 2002. And from there, so in 2002, I got the internship. I was immediately hired in as an editor after I was done with that. And I stuck around for a little while and eventually went from an editor to a producer to a weekend producer to a regular producer and just kind of moved my way forward. And I've been in now, so next year will be 20 years.
20 years. Damn.
Yeah.
It goes by fast.
It went by very fast, very fast. Lots of ups and downs. There was in 2009, there was the world went to hell a little bit, and there was everybody got laid off, and I was one of the people that got laid off. So I had to rebuild myself and went to different stations. Went to an NBC station, went to a sporting news station. Now I've been kind of everywhere.
All right. And what school did you go to?
Well, I went to Colorado, then I went to Santa Monica City College, and I actually went to the University of Hawaii, but that doesn't matter.
All righty. And at Santa Monica City College, did you join any programs as well to like?
Well, we had broadcasting classes. It was a broadcasting class, so we would do certain things. Like I would do mock television newscasts, or I would do a mock, radio broadcast, or whatever it was. I just learned what broadcasting was all about. And then I did some other things. There was a broadcasting seminar that happened down in Long Beach at one point in my career, probably about 2004. I went down there twice and did it, and you got to actually, put on some headsets and call summer league games when they were down at Long Beach. We called games at the Angel Stadium at the Big A. We would call just in the outfield up in the top there. And then, we did a couple other things, but that just got me learning of what the business was about.
Gotcha. And so you did broadcasting, and for you broadcasting, did you feel comfortable doing it at first, or was it just like a step-by-step process? Because I know for example, John Ireland, I know at first, Matt Trudell, I remember his first time he was doing it, and he said like he couldn't get used to it and all that. But now that if John's not there, he takes over and he's getting the rhythm of it. Like for you, if your first time was doing it, like was it kind of difficult or like?
Oh, it was extremely difficult. Being able to speak in cohesive sentences is very difficult to do at the very beginning, because what happens is your mind goes faster than your mouth does. So you got all these things to say, but it's very hard to actually get them to come out of your mouth in a straight sentence. So a lot of times you hear a lot of people, they'll stumble over their words. I know I do a good amount. But yeah, it took a long time just to even be semi-comfortable. I don't even remember what happened. Now that I think about it, there was these two guys. It was Dave Palais and Jeff Dotseth on the weekends at Fox Sports Radio. And they just started like, hey, I'm going to talk to you on the air. And I was like, I don't know about all that. I'll do it, but I don't know how good I'll be at it. And they made me laugh, and we were just having a good time, and we set it all up. And after that, I was like, okay, I actually really like doing this. So Yeah, it was being actually on the air is tough, and doing play-by-play, that's even harder.
Oh,
We did mock hockey broadcasts at that sportscaster center, that sportscasting camp that was like a couple days, and it's so fast that it's very, very difficult. Baseball was a little bit easier because it's the pitcher sits there for 15 to 20 seconds. Then you have to just kind of vamp for a little bit. If you're quiet, it's okay. But then things like basketball are really tough as well because it's constantly moving. So yeah, all that stuff it's very, very difficult. So what I would say to you, if that's what you're asking for yourself, is don't get discouraged. It is very difficult at first, and it is going to be difficult forever. It's just finding a rhythm.
Gotcha. No, yeah. To be honest, like I'm still like ups and downs of what I want to do at the moment, but I know for sure I want to do something in sports. And that's like because I'm like a big sports fan. Obviously, I listen to you guys' radio show. So yeah, it's just say a ton, but yeah. And also, so as a producer of the radio, honestly, like probably one of the best radio shows, not even in LA, in the country, to be honest with you.
Thank you.
Is it hard to like navigate like for like Mason Ireland? Yeah, is it hard to like navigate like tell them what to do or like schedule wise to like follow like your schedule plan and etc.
So yes and no. Each talent host, like Mason, dealing with Mason is differently than dealing with Ireland. How you have to talk with them and how you have to discuss things with them is very, very different. How you talk to Mason, you kind of have to stroke his ego a little bit more and tell him like, you're doing great, but what if we do it this way? And he'll listen, and then we'll kind of move things around. But with Ireland, you basically say like, hey, do this. And he'll listen and he'll do it, or he'll fight back, which he does a lot. And he'll tell you, no, I don't like that because of this. Why do you want to do that? So you have to have an answer of why I want to do the certain things. How it's worked out now when you're talking about the rundown of the show, the way that I see a rundown and the way that we've kind of worked Mason and Ireland to be is that we put a whole bunch of stuff on a piece of paper, on a Google Doc, actually. If we don't get to it, that's fine. The inner workings of the radio show is when we're having fun, then the audience is having fun. If we're doing something that we really like and we're having a good time with, we'll carry it over to the next segment, and that might push something out or push it down. You don't have to follow it. It is a roadmap that just kind of tells you where to go if you need it. You kind of just go on your own though. So a lot of this stuff is, we have it planned out of what we're going to talk about, but he doesn't know what I'm going to say. He doesn't know what Ireland's going to say. I don't know what Mason's going to say. We don't know anything. So it's all very natural sounding when we're on the air, because it is natural. We're hearing it all for the first time. So you can't really, it's different for different shows. Like Travis and Sliwa, that's a little bit more planned out, and you can see it, and they do a lot of prep and they work together. Mason and Ireland do not say a word to each other before the show because they don't want to know. And I don't talk as much to Mason as I used to. We used to have hour-long conversations, and now we've shortened it because we don't want to know what the other person's saying. And so it works. But a lot of different shows, they need it. They need that structure. Mason and Ireland is one that has structure but doesn't fully need it, if that makes sense.
I get you. Well, because you guys have chemistry. That's why, like, for example, Travis and Sliwa have been there for, I think, barely a year, or not even close to a year together.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably about 6 months now, somewhere around there.
Yes, and you guys been together, I don't know, for a long time. I know you left for a bit.
Yeah.
I think we were with George Sedano for a bit, right?
Yeah, I was with Sedano for a bit, but I was with Mason Ireland for 4 years, left. Next year will be 6 years at ESPN. So, and I'm just back with them now. So, I mean, I feel like I've been with them forever. So
6 years is a long time.
Yeah.
And also, so for your rundown, so I'm pretty sure that's what you got to take care of, right? The rundown, what's going to happen, the guests and beyond. Mm-hmm. For guests, is a hard time to like get people in, like, for example, I know it's hard to get like LeBron James, obviously.
He won't do it. I'm just tell you right now, he won't do it.
Oh, I trust me. I've noticed. But like, say for like a Trevor Ariza or like a Ken Bazemore or a Malik Monk, will it be hard for you to like contact them or get with their agents? And
so we go through the team itself. I'll send an email to the PR person at the Lakers, and they'll get back to me and say either yes, we can get them on that day, or no, they're flying, or whatever it happens to be. So we just kind of go off of their schedule. But we don't really bother them that much. We've actually found recently that, and you can tell me, I mean, you're one of the listeners. So I've always felt that guests are only need to be used in certain ways. There are some guests, even if you have a big name like LeBron James, if you can get him on, awesome. Yeah, you take it. But do you take some of the lesser names but that people don't really know? Do you take the beat writers? Do you take these types of people? Because I feel like you, Bardo, are listening to Mason and Ireland because you want to hear Mason and Ireland.
Oh yeah.
Not because you want to hear them talking to a beat writer of the Anaheim Angels or whatever it happens to be. I don't feel like that's what you're looking for. You want to hear us laughing and having a good time and giving you information at the same time, giving you information that has to do with the Lakers or the Dodgers or the Rams or whatever we're talking about at the moment. So I've always thought that the more it is of the hosts, the better it is for the audience, and having guests kind of take away from that. And I think people actually might change the channel when a guest is on that they don't care about. And what you might care about might not be what the other guy cares about. So I always just felt like the more hosts you can get, the more Mason and Ireland you can get, the more you'll stick around.
And that's on point. That's really, really true, to be honest with you. Because for example, like Ramona Shelburne, before, like I wouldn't just to be right. Like I would read her articles, but not, even though she's under Steve Ballmer's payroll.
No.
But like now that like I listen to her talk, and like I feel like more like a connection with her as well. Same thing with Michael Thompson. Probably no idea why it took away Trudell and Thompson, but
not our decision.
Not yeah, but yeah, and also get back to a point I was trying to say is that, so now that me personally, I think you accomplished a lot in your life because you're in a big station with two great guests, and do you plan on what's your like next thing to do, or do you, where you are right now is where you want to stay?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually something I've been going through recently. I almost took another job, but I decided to stay here. I'm the assistant program director here. Eventually I want to be the program director. Whether it's here or somewhere else, we'll see. But I'm not done. I'm not going to be a producer on Mason Ireland for the rest of my life. I definitely want to be a program director at some point. After the program director, we'll see what's going on. Maybe you can move up to a GM. This isn't where I'm going to stay. However long it takes is however long it takes. I'm not really worried about that at the moment. But yeah, no, I've definitely been thinking about next steps, and moving up from the assistant to the program director eventually is definitely on the board. I don't know what the right word for that is.
I'm gonna let you go right now because now you gotta go. I just want to thank you very much. All right, thank you. This is Greg Bergman. Have a great day, all right, man.
All right, thanks a lot, Bardo. I really appreciate it.
I really appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right, have a good one.
You too. See ya.
Bye-bye. See ya.